Emma's hands trembled slightly as she pulled the tray of fresh cinnamon rolls from the oven, the sweet aroma filling the small kitchen of the Willow Creek nursing home. It was her ritual, starting at dawn every day for the past 2 years. A quiet act of service that kept her grounded amid the chaos of her life. But today, as she plated the rolls with careful precision, her mind raced back to the night before. Ava's urgent whisper in the dark. "We can't keep hiding this forever, Em. It's killing me." The words echoed in her head like a relentless drumbeat, stirring a storm of doubt and fear. Emma had always been the cautious one, the planner who weighed every decision against the potential fallout. Growing up in a conservative family in suburban Ohio, now transplanted to the bustling edges of Chicago, she knew the stakes all too well. Her parents, devout churchgoers with deep roots in the community, had drilled into her the importance of appearances, of fitting into the mold of the perfect daughter. Coming out, that wasn't just a personal choice. It was a declaration of war on everything they held sacred. And Ava, with her fiery spirit and unyielding honesty, pushed her to the brink every time they stole moments together. As Emma carried the tray into the common room, the veterans greeted her with their usual warmth. Old Mr. Harlan, a Vietnam vet with a sharp wit, grinned from his wheelchair. "Ah, the angel of mercy arrives. What's the secret ingredient today, Emma?" "Love." She forced a smile, setting the plate down, but her eyes caught on Mr. Whitaker at the far end of the table. He was new, transferred from a facility downstate, his face weathered and eyes piercing. As she handed him a roll, he paused, staring at her with an intensity that made her stomach twist. "You look just like her," he muttered, his voice gravelly. "Sarah's girl, aren't you? From the old Dawson family line." Emma froze, her heart pounding. Sarah was her grandmother long past, but the Dawson legacy was no secret in certain circles. A family known for their staunch traditional values, funding anti-LGBT campaigns back in the 80s. How did he know? Yes, that's my family," she stammered, trying to keep her voice steady. Inside, panic surged. If he knew about the family, what else might he uncover? Her mind flashed to Ava waiting for her call later, to the life they were building in secret. One slip, one recognition, and it could all unravel. She busied herself with serving the others, but Mr. Whitaker's gaze followed her. "Sat with your granddad at a few rallies back in the day," he continued, unprompted. Proud man he was. Wouldn't stand for any of that nonsense. The word nonsense hit like a slap, a coded dismissal of lives like hers. Emma's thoughts spiraled. What if he saw her with Ava? What if word got back to her parents? She had moved to Chicago to escape the suffocating expectations, taking a job as a social worker at the nursing home to feel useful, to atone for the privileges her family's name afforded. But Ava had changed everything. Meeting her at a support group for young professionals, their connection was instant. A spark that ignited into something profound, something she couldn't deny. Yet denial was her shield. By the time her shift ended, Emma's nerves were frayed. She stepped out into the crisp Chicago morning, dialing Ava as she walked to her car. "Hey love," Ava answered, her voice a bomb. "Rough morning." Emma hesitated, the weight of Mr. Whitaker's words pressing down. "Just complicated. Can we meet tonight? I need to talk." Ava's silence spoke volumes. She knew the code. Another night of debating their future, of Emma pulling back while Ava pushed forward. In her mind, Emma replayed their first kiss, stolen in the rain after a late-night confession. It was freedom, but freedom came with chains. Family ties that bound her tighter than she admitted. Ava arrived at their hidden spot, a quiet bench in Grant Park overlooking the lake, her pixie cut tousled from the wind. She was everything Emma wasn't. Bold, unapologetic. A graphic designer who wore her heart on her sleeve. "What's eating you?" Ava asked, slipping her hand into Emma's. The touch sent a shiver through her, a reminder of the intimacy they shared in shadows. Emma sighed. "There's this new resident at work. He knows my family. Reminded me of everything." Ava's eyes darkened. "Your family's past doesn't define you, Em. We define us." But Emma pulled away slightly, her inner turmoil bubbling up. How could Ava understand? Her own family, liberal artists from New York, had embraced her coming out with open arms. For Emma it was a minefield. They argued softly, voices hushed against the city's hum. Ava wanted to go public, to attend a pride event together, to stop the lies. "I'm tired of being your secret," she said, tears welling. Emma's heart ached. She loved Ava more than anything, but the thought of her parents' disappointment, the potential disownment, paralyzed her. "It's not that simple," she whispered. "They cut me off. The community would shun us." Inside, she questioned her own cowardice. Was love worth the destruction? As the sun dipped lower, Ava stood, frustration etched on her face. "Decide, Emma. Or I will." The ultimatum hung in the air, a blade poised to sever. Emma drove home alone, her mind a whirlwind of what-ifs. That night sleep evaded her, replaced by visions of a life without Ava. Empty, safe, but utterly hollow. The next morning, back at the nursing home, Emma's routine felt heavier. She baked muffins this time, blueberry, her grandmother's recipe ironically. As she served, Mr. Whitaker beckoned her over. "Heard you're quite the baker," he said. "Your grandma was too. But tell me, girl, you living up to the family name?" His question probed deeper than politeness, and Emma's facade cracked just a bit. "Trying my best," she replied, but inside, rebellion stirred. Why should she uphold a legacy built on exclusion? Ava's words echoed, "We define us." For the first time, Emma felt a spark of defiance, but it was tempered by fear. What price would she pay for authenticity? Days blurred into a tense rhythm. Emma and Ava's meetings grew strained, each conversation circling the same drain: commit or crumble. At work, Mr. Whitaker shared stories of the past, unwittingly highlighting the bigotry Emma's family embodied. One afternoon, he mentioned a rally where her grandfather spoke against unnatural lifestyles, and Emma's stomach churned. She excused herself, retreating to the bathroom to splash water on her face. Staring at her reflection, she whispered, "Who are you really?" The question haunted her. A moral crossroads where love clashed with loyalty. Ava, meanwhile, wrestled with her own demons. She loved Emma's gentleness, her quiet strength, but the secrecy eroded her soul. At her studio, surrounded by designs of vibrant campaigns for equality, she felt like a hypocrite. "Why fight for others when I can't fight for us?" she thought, sketching furiously. A client called, praising her work on a Pride logo, and Ava's resolve hardened. She couldn't live half a life. That evening she texted Emma, "We need to talk. For real this time." Emma read the message with dread, knowing the confrontation loomed. As she prepared dinner alone in her apartment, the silence amplified her isolation. Family photos on the wall stared back, smiling parents oblivious to her truth. Picking up the phone, she almost called them, almost confessed, but fear won out. Instead, she drove to Ava's place, heart in throat. The door opened, and Ava's expression was a mix of hope and hurt. "I'm done hiding," Ava said flatly. Emma nodded, tears streaming. "I know. But what if?" Ava cut her off. "No more what ifs. Choose." In that moment, Emma's world tilted, the weight of decision crushing. She pulled Ava close, their embrace a silent promise, but doubt lingered like a shadow. The embrace lingered longer than usual, charged with unspoken fears. Emma pulled back, searching Ava's eyes for reassurance she wasn't sure she deserved. "I choose you," she whispered, the words tasting like liberation and terror intertwined. Ava's face softened, but the tension didn't dissolve. It simmered, a prelude to the storm they both sensed approaching. That night they talked until dawn, mapping out a plan: start small, tell close friends, then face the families. But plans were fragile things in the face of reality. Emma returned to work the next day with a fragile optimism, her baking infused with a newfound purpose. The veterans noticed her lighter step, Mr. Harlan joking. "Someone's got a spring in her step. New love." She blushed, deflecting, but Mr. Whitaker's observant eyes narrowed. "Careful with that heart of yours," he advised later, as she cleared plates. "World's not kind to those who stray from the path." His words, meant perhaps as grandfatherly wisdom, sliced deep. Stray. Was that how he'd see her? How her family would? The doubt crept back, insidious and familiar. Ava, energized by Emma's commitment, pushed for action. "Let's go to that gallery opening this weekend," she suggested over coffee. "Hold hands in public. Baby steps." Emma agreed, but her stomach nodded. The event was in a trendy Chicago neighborhood, filled with artists and allies. But what if someone from her past showed up? Her mind raced through scenarios. A family friend spotting them, word traveling back home. It's just one night, she told herself, but the inner voice countered. One night could end everything. The gallery buzzed with life, abstract paintings splashing color across white walls. Ava, in her element, chatted animatedly with colleagues, her hand occasionally brushing Emma's. The touch was electric, a public affirmation that thrilled and terrified. As they admired a piece depicting two women entangled in embrace, a voice behind them shattered the moment. Emma? Is that you? She turned to see cousin Lisa, her mother's sister's daughter, wide-eyed and curious. What are you doing here? And who's this? Panic surged. Emma introduced Ava as a friend. The lie slipping out reflexively. Ava's hand stiffened in hers, then withdrew. The rest of the evening blurred, polite small talk masking the betrayal. In the car ride home, Ava exploded. A friend? After everything we talked about. Tears streamed down her face. You promised him. Emma gripped the wheel, her own eyes blurring. I panicked. She's family. If she tells. Ava cut her off. That's the point. Hiding means we're ashamed. I'm not ashamed of us. The argument escalated, words like weapons. Coward, pushy, unrealistic. By the time they reached Ava's apartment, silence had fallen, heavy and accusing. Alone in bed that night, Emma dissected the moment. Why had she lied? Fear, yes, but deeper. An ingrained need to protect the facade her family cherished. Her parents' voices echoed in her head. We're proud of you, Emma. Don't let us down. But letting Ava down felt worse, a self-inflicted wound. She texted an apology, but Ava's response was curt. Need space. The word space echoed like a death knell. At the nursing home, the routine provided scant solace. Mr. Whitaker cornered her during lunch. You seem troubled, girl. Something on your mind? Emma hesitated, then poured out a sanitized version, struggling with personal choices. He nodded sagely. Family legacy's a heavy burden. Your granddad fought for what he believed. You should too. But what if her beliefs diverged? The conversation left her more conflicted, questioning if authenticity was worth the isolation. Ava spent the day in turmoil, her designs suffering from distraction. Friends noticed her mood, pressing for details. It's Emma, she confessed to her best friend Mia. She's not ready. Mia sympathized but challenged. Love shouldn't require hiding. You deserve better. The words planted seeds of doubt. Was she settling? That evening, Ava called her mother, seeking advice. Follow your heart, but don't lose yourself, her mom said. Strengthened, Ava decided. No more waiting. Emma's phone rang late. Her mother. Heard from Lisa you were at an art thing with a friend. Anyone special? The question was innocent, but Emma's pulse raced. Just a colleague, she lied again, hating herself. Hanging up, she realized the web of deceit was tightening. She drove to Ava's, determined to fix it. Knocking, she was met with a tear-streaked face. I'm sorry, Emma said. I mean it this time. They reconciled in whispers, but the fracture lingered, a crack waiting to widen. Weeks passed in uneasy truce. Emma confided in a coworker, testing the waters of openness. The response was supportive, bolstering her courage. Ava, meanwhile, organized a small dinner with friends, insisting Emma come as her partner. No more friends, Ava said firmly. Emma agreed, but anxiety gnawed. The dinner was warm, laughter flowing, but when a photo was posted online, Emma's fear spiked. What if my family sees? She thought, deleting her tag discreetly. Ava noticed, hurt flashing in her eyes. The confrontation came swiftly. You're still hiding, Ava accused. Emma defended. I'm trying. It's hard. But trying wasn't enough. Ava's ultimatum returned. All in or nothing. Emma's mind reeled. Lose Ava or risk everything. She chose to fight, calling her parents that night. We need to talk, she said, voice shaking. The call ended with plans for a visit, the die cast. As Emma baked the next morning, Mr. Whitaker's recognition took a turn. Saw a photo online, he grumbled. You with some girl. That your friend? Emma's blood ran cold. The online world had betrayed her caution. Yes, she admitted, chin up. His disapproval was palpable. Your family wouldn't approve. But in that moment, defiance bloomed. Maybe it's time they did. The visit loomed like a guillotine. Ava offered to come, but Emma declined, needing to face it alone. Driving home to Ohio, her thoughts churned. What if they rejected her? What legacy was she forging? Arriving, the house smelled of familiarity, but tension crackled. Over dinner, she dropped the bomb. I'm in love with a woman. Her name is Ava. Silence exploded into chaos. Her father's anger, mother's tears. This isn't you, her dad thundered. Think of the family name. Emma stood her ground, but the hurt in their eyes mirrored her own. Driving back, sobs racked her. Had she made the right choice? Ava waited, arms open. How did it go? Emma collapsed into her. Bad. But necessary. Their bond strengthened in the aftermath, but the cost was evident. Strained family calls, whispered judgments. Society's gaze felt heavier now, every public touch a statement. The fallout rippled outward, waves crashing against Emma's fragile resolve. Her parents' calls came sporadically, laced with pleas and accusations. We raised you better. Her mother wept during one. What will the church say? Emma's responses grew firmer, but each conversation chipped at her soul. Inside, she questioned. Was love worth this exile? Ava's support was unwavering, but even she bore scars from the secrecy's end. At work, whispers spread. Mr. Whitaker's disapproval manifested in cold shoulders. His stories now pointed barbs about traditional values. Other veterans were mixed, some indifferent, others supportive. Mr. Harlan pulled her aside. Love who you love, kid. Life's too short. His words were a lifeline, but the isolation stung. Emma's baking, once therapeutic, now felt mechanical, a mask for her turmoil. Ava faced her own battles. At her job, a conservative client withdrew after seeing the photo, citing personal differences. Bigots, Ava muttered, but the loss hurt financially and emotionally. This is the price, she told Emma one night, curled together. But we're worth it. Emma nodded, but doubt whispered. Are we? The moral quandary deepened. Choosing self over family felt selfish, yet suppressing her truth was suffocating. A family gathering loomed, her sister's wedding in Ohio. Come alone, her parents insisted. Emma refused. Ava comes or I don't. The standoff escalated, her sister caught in the crossfire. Why make this about you? Her sister snapped over the phone. Emma's heart broke. The betrayal from kin cut deepest. Driving to the wedding with Ava, tension mounted. We can turn back, Ava offered. But Emma pressed on. No more running. The reception was a minefield. Relatives stared, whispers buzzing. Her father approached, face stern. This is embarrassing the family. Emma's reply was calm. My love isn't embarrassing. The exchange drew lines, alliances forming. An aunt defended her, surprising everyone. But the damage was done. Her parents left early, the rift widening. Ava held her hand through it, but Emma's inner monologue raged. Have I destroyed them for my happiness? Back in Chicago, normalcy eluded them. Ava's friends rallied, but Emma felt like an outsider, her conservative upbringing clashing with their openness. A heated debate at a gathering exposed fractures. Ava defending radical acceptance, Emma advocating patience. Not everyone's ready, Emma argued. Ava's eyes flashed. Including you? The words hung, a chasm opening. Mr. Whitaker's health declined, pulling Emma into ethical dilemmas. He requested her help with letters to old comrades, reminiscing about the past. One letter mentioned her grandfather's fight against perversion. And Emma paused. Do you still believe that? She asked. He grumbled. Times change, but principles don't. Yet in quieter moments he admitted loneliness, his own family estranged. Parallels struck Emma. Was she destined for the same? Ava proposed moving forward, cohabitation. Let's build our life, she said. Emma hesitated, fearing permanence amid chaos. What if it falls apart? Her mind envisioned worst cases. Breakup, alone, family gone. But Ava's persistence won. They signed a lease, a commitment laced with trepidation. The move coincided with a community event, a pride march. Ava insisted they attend. Emma agreed, but anxiety peaked. Marching signs high, she felt exposed, empowered. A photographer captured them, the image going viral locally. Reactions poured in: support, hate. Her parents saw it, calling in fury. "You've chosen your side," her dad said, hanging up. Emma crumpled, questioning her path. Therapy became a refuge, sessions unpacking layers of guilt and shame. "You're not betraying them, you're honoring yourself," the therapist said. But internal conflict persisted. Right versus wrong blurred in love's gray areas. Ava struggled too, her optimism waning under pressure. "Sometimes I wonder if we're fighting too hard," she confessed. A turning point came via Mr. Whitaker. On his deathbed he beckoned Emma. "I was wrong," he whispered. "Saw your grandma suffer in silence. Don't be like that." His words, a belated absolution, ignited change. Emma reached out to her parents, bridging tentatively. "I miss you," she wrote. Response came slowly. "We miss you too." Hope flickered. But hope was fragile. Ava's ex resurfaced, offering uncomplicated affection. Temptation loomed for Ava. "No drama, just us." She confided in Emma, sparking jealousy and fear. "Don't leave," Emma pleaded. Ava stayed, but trust frayed. The relationship teetered, each decision a gamble. Trust, once cracked, proved hard to mend. Emma's jealousy simmered, manifesting in subtle accusations. "You talked to her again?" she'd ask after seeing a text. Ava's patience thinned. "It's nothing. But your doubt hurts." Their arguments escalated, doors slamming, nights on the couch. Inside, Emma berated herself. Why sabotage what she fought for? Fear of loss, perhaps a self-fulfilling prophecy. Work provided distraction, but Mr. Whitaker's passing left a void. His funeral, attended by few, mirrored Emma's fears of isolation. She baked for the wake, reflecting on his final words. "Don't suffer in silence." Inspired, she volunteered at an LGBT support group, sharing her story. Responses varied. Empathy, criticism. One woman accused. "You had privilege, others don't." The moral weight pressed. Was her struggle valid? Ava dove into activism, channeling frustration into protests. "We need to fight," she urged Emma. But Emma balked. Not everyone wants a revolution. Their differences sharpened. Emma's caution versus Ava's zeal. A rally turned violent, Ava bruised from a scuffle. Emma rushed to her side, anger boiling. "This is reckless," Ava retorted. "Hiding is reckless too." The clash exposed core conflicts, safety versus visibility. Family reconciliation stalled. Her mother's birthday call was strained. "We pray for you." Emma's response. "Pray for understanding." The impasse fueled her inner debate. Forgive or forget. A letter from her father arrived, surprisingly vulnerable. "I don't understand, but I love you." Tears flowed, progress albeit slow. Ava's temptation with her ex culminated in a confession. "I met her for coffee. Just to talk." Emma's world shattered. Why? Betrayal stung, echoing her family's rejection. They separated briefly, Emma crashing with a friend. Alone, she confronted her role. Had her hesitation pushed Ava away? Reflection brought clarity. Love required vulnerability. Reuniting, apologies flowed. "I was scared," Ava admitted. "Me too," Emma echoed. They rebuilt, therapy aiding. But society intruded. A job offer for Ava in San Francisco, promising acceptance. "Come with me," she pleaded. Emma wavered. Leave her life, her work? The decision loomed, a test of commitment. At the nursing home, a new resident, openly gay, shared stories of past struggles. "We paved the way," he said. Inspired, Emma organized a diversity talk, facing backlash from some staff. Standing firm, she thought, "This is my legacy." The move decision crystallized during a family visit. Her parents, meeting Ava awkwardly, showed glimmers of acceptance. "She's nice," her mom conceded. Buoyed, Emma chose to stay put. "Our fight is here." Ava agreed, compromising. But compromise bred resentment. Ava felt anchored by Emma's ties. A major confrontation erupted over holidays. Emma wanted to host her family. Ava resisted. They hurt us. The argument peaked. Choose them or me? Emma's choice, both. Ava stormed out, leaving Emma in ruins. Days of silence followed, each pondering the cost. Emma's mind raced. Had love become a battlefield? She baked obsessively, channeling pain into creation. A call from Ava. I miss you. Reconciliation was tentative, boundaries redrawn. But scars remained, trust a work in progress. Society's pressures mounted. A local bill threatening LGBT rights. Ava rallied. Emma joined hesitantly. Protesting together, they found unity. But an arrest, Ava detained briefly, shook them. This is real, Emma realized. The incident forced growth. Emma outspoken, Ava patient. Growth came unevenly, marked by setbacks. Post-arrest, Ava's fire dimmed, trauma lingering. Emma supported, but her own fears resurfaced. What if next time it's worse? They navigated therapy, unpacking layers. Childhood expectations, societal molds. Emma's inner voice shifted, from doubt to determination. We deserve this, she affirmed. Family dynamics evolved. A Christmas invite from her parents included Ava. Tentative, they accepted. Dinner was awkward, questions probing. How did you meet? Her dad asked. Stories shared, walls cracking. By evening's end, hugs exchanged. Not full acceptance, but a start. Emma's heart swelled. Sacrifice yielding fruit. But joy was fleeting. Ava's job strained under activism fallout, leading to layoff. Financial stress tested them. We can't afford this life, Ava despaired. Emma's promotion helped, but roles reversed. Ava doubting, Emma steadfast. We'll make it, Emma assured. Roles a poignant irony. A pivotal moment. Emma's sister announced pregnancy, inviting them to the shower. Acceptance grew, but old wounds ached. At the event, a relative's snide remark ignited defense from Emma's mother. She's my daughter. The shift stunned, a moral victory. Inside, Emma pondered. Change possible, but at what cost? Their relationship deepened amid trials. Anniversaries celebrated quietly, reflections on the journey. We almost lost this, Ava whispered. Emma nodded. But we didn't. Yet, undercurrents of unrest persisted. Societal backlash, personal doubts. Climax built with a community crisis. A hate crime against a local LGBT center. Ava organized aid, Emma baked for victims. United in purpose, they found strength. But the event exposed vulnerabilities, threats received, fear reignited. Is it worth it? Emma questioned inwardly. Resolution neared with a proposal. Ava on one knee. Marry me. Through it all. Emma's yes was tearful, a culmination of battles. Planning ensued. Families involved warily. The wedding, small and intimate, symbolized triumph. Vows exchanged. In defiance and love. Post-wedding, life settled into rhythm. Emma continued baking, now for community events. Mr. Harlan's praise. You're a fighter. Legacy redefined. Not inherited but forged. Yet peace was imperfect. Arguments arose, compromises made. Society evolved slowly, prejudices lingering. Emma and Ava navigated, stronger but scarred. In the end, as Emma served roles at the nursing home, a new resident smiled. You remind me of someone who changed my mind. Reflection prompted. Had they won? Was sacrificing family ties for personal truth ultimately the right choice? Or a selfish act disguised as courage?